Here's Nick again getting 100,000 views from Right Wing Watch.
Way, we're having the Supreme Court has a blueprint to revisit all those decisions and say, guess what? It's not in there. So that means that banning gay marriage is back on the menu. Banning sodomy is back on the menu. Banning contraceptives is back on the menu.
This is just trolling.
And basically, we're having something like Taliban rule in America in a good way.
They've been promoting the Taliban meme for a while. They're promoting Zionist, complete Taliban theocracy.
Like a Catholic Taliban rule in America.
Because that's what Christianity has led to. That's what you're going to get. He says he wants to impose Christian laws on everyone in the United States and the world. And really, he says this isn't controversial because this is what Christianity teaches, and it does. As I always say this, they're doing the work of the Jews, getting the whole world to worship the Jewish Messiah in this Jesus deception, this fake rejection, and Moshiach ben Joseph and Moshiach ben David, and the whole. There's more to it. There's esoteric secrets about this that these Christians want to bury their head in the sand about.
Precisely what we intend to do is to impose Christian laws on everyone in the United States of America.
This is coming from a Catholic, the Catholics who would like burn you at the stake, and how the Bible says tie a rock around the neck and drown them in the water if they cause you to doubt, basically. Who would burn people at the stake, mass murder of all the eradication of all the other non-Abrahamic religions, erasing and eradicating all the pagan indigenous cultures and traditions and cultures, and replacing it with worship of the God of Israel. This is what the Catholic Church and Islam did, and what they were intended to do, and what the rabbis brag about have done.
That is what we have to do as Christians. We have to make sure that, like the moon reflects the sun, the state reflects the church. We have to make sure that our normative laws and the laws that are passed by the government reflect the natural and the moral laws written by God. That is our job as Christians. Now, how do you coexist in the government with atheists or Jews that say that pornography is okay? And actually, it's our right to do that. It's our right to watch it. It's our right to make it. And the freedom to do that is our...
You don't have to be religious to see the issues with pornography and OnlyFans-esque culture.
Is the end of society. You can't share those two values. And the same goes for feminism and the role of women, and the same goes for homosexuality and same-sex relationships, as well as...
Look at how the Christian church is holding up against all that. They're all flipping. They're all accepting the Noahide rainbow flags. It's, in fact, I just shared a few minutes ago a new story that just came out. Vatican Pride Month. This Pride Month, Catholic Church shows clear, if subtle, shift toward LGBTQ welcome. Who is it? Christ Cut Pastors on Twitter. He's always sharing a never-ending stream of these Christians that are pro all of these things. I mean, Christianity is argued as communism. Jesus teaches you to give up all your belongings and follow him, and talks about bad being rich, good to be poor to get into heaven.
Transgenderism. Can a person go from one gender to another? And drugs?
Yeah, there's a lot of androgynous beliefs in all of these Judeo-Christian origins.
About everything in the society, these things are in conflict. And this is going to be one of the biggest problems, I think, is that the Jewish people wield this immense influence even over the Republican Party and the conservative movement.
Duh. Because of Christianity.
That is precisely...
Imagine seeing that Christianity is so clearly the problem and the trick, how they've duped them into being their slaves, and then thinking, oh, we need more. We need real Christianity, better Christianity, more of the same. That's caused this problem. That's what they're saying is the solution. Jesus is going to float down in the clouds and save you, is also what they believe. The original trust the plan. And it's all of them. It's the Catholic Church. It's the Protestant Zionists. Even the Eastern Orthodox are going along, getting AJC awards. This is what you want, Christian law? That's what the answer is going to be. We have Romans 3. What advantage then is there in being a Jew, or what value is there in circumcision? Much in every way. First of all, the Jews have been entrusted with the very words of God. That's St. Paul. That's your St. Paul there. You have to believe Christian law. The Bible says Jews have been entrusted with the very words of God. They are the oracles of God, say the other, some of the other translations. Here's Roger Stone the other day talking about the just loony nonsense, pandering to the Christian audience, feeding them ridiculous disinfo that there's a demonic portal above the White House. I kid you not. With Charlie Ward, a total delusional con artist. Christianity in Hebrew would be Moshiachianity. Abrahamic brothers simping for their king of the Jews. We want Moshiach now. We don't want to wait. That's what they're both saying. Here's a little clip. Zuckerberg gets his inspiration to build things from his rabbi Torah studies. And take note that he says God created his or her, which leads me to think that he's got a Kabbalah rabbi with some type of androgynous, Kabbalistic origin story. Excuse me.
There's a rabbi who I've studied with who kind of gave me this. We were talking through Genesis and the Bible and the Torah, and they're basically walking through. It's like, okay, you go through the 7 days of creation, and it's like, why does the Bible start there? Right? It's like it could have started anywhere, right? In terms of like how to live. But basically it starts with talking about how God created people in her image.
Her image.
But the Bible starts by talking about how God created everything. So I actually think that there's like a compelling argument that I think I've always just found meaningful and inspiring, that a lot of the point of what sort of religion has been telling us that we should do is to create and build things.
Says the guy who's doing the 3D goggles and Facebook and the metaverse and Facebook development team in Tel Aviv working on digital wallets, cryptocurrency, and unsurprising, I just covered last stream that Facebook bought WhatsApp, the messaging app, from a Jewish guy who I just showed in my last stream is donating his billions in philanthropy to all these Chabad Lubavitch connected groups. And unsurprising that Facebook, Instagram, to ban conspiracy theories on Jews, quote, controlling the world, can't allow any of my No More News was banned for exposing all of the scripture, all of the rabbis, all of their doctrines, all of their supremacist views in their own words from legitimate sources, and it's not allowed. It's all dismissed. Working with the ADL closely as well. And of course, he's inspired by his Kabbalah rabbi, possibly studying Torah with his rabbi. I thought he was secular. Wouldn't you think he was secular? Interesting.
And to fight fake news, and that's good news that they're fake.
Prime Minister of Israel talking about threatening Facebook.
Fighting fake news. And Twitter start acting. And the leaders of Facebook and Twitter start acting.
Begging for censorship. Begging to silence anybody who is noticing what's going on. Noticing their religion. Here is the new political representative just elected in Borough Park. That's one of the most Hasidic neighborhoods there in New York. The ultra-Orthodox, probably some Chabadniks there. Chabad is Crown Heights, I think right next door to them. But that is their new elected official representing the 48th Assembly. Penny Ringle. Christian nationalist David Barton is hopeful that in the wake of SCOTUS's school prayer, where's that article? I saw, you guys tired of winning? We're winning. Yay, Christian rights, Christian rights. This is about getting prayers in school. Yay, we're free to bow down and worship the God of Israel. Such freedom. This is what's going to save us. Takes a knee in front of the U.S. Supreme Court after his legal case that he's allowed to pray on the field the football games. Leading Orthodox group praises reversal of standard in SC ruling on coach's prayer. Chabad has advocated for years for moments of silence in public schools, seeing them as a means for reflection and promoting more considered behavior. They've got the governor Dupes of Arizona just signed a bill where they're doing the Chabad moment of silence, signed it with a bunch of rabbis surrounding him. Also, Ron DeSantis did the same thing, the moment of silence. There's Dupes, moment of silence in the schools. Also, anti-BDS laws, Israel pledge laws, anti-Semitism definition laws by the good Catholic Christian governor of Arizona. Just like DeSantis, hopefully DeSantis comes up. The other Christian hero of the ultra MAGA types. Moment of silence. Yeah, this is what you get with Christians, more Christians in government. Taking private jets with Adelson over to Jerusalem to sign bills. Florida cabinet meets in Israel with is Zionist first mega donor, kingmaker. Oh man, it just gets so exhausting. And they'll say, oh, stop noticing what's going on. Let's see, is there any more about Chabad? Let's read Chabad. The executive vice president of Friends of Chabad said he had mixed feelings about the ruling Chabad has advocated for years, seeing them as a reflection and promoting more considered behavior. The Christian prayer was not quite the same. Assailable, a moment of silence gives each individual right to worship in the privacy of their own mind, even in the, so there he's like, we want the moment of silence, not the open prayers. And it's funny because there's a verse about not hypocritically like praying publicly and making a big display out of it. But they all love to do that anyway.
Well, how much? Well, teachers can express their faith in public. Well, how much? How much can you express in public? And can a teacher now start reading the Bible in the classroom? We don't know. That's going to be battles to be fought. But at least we have an open door to start walking through some of this stuff. The same with education in schools. So we now have open doors to start taking back some of the culture that we have not. It's been off limits for 60 years. And now the stuff is back on the table. And that's really big stuff. Well, teachers can express their faith.
So they want dominionism. They want a full Christian takeover of America, just like they're literally like citing Handmaid's Tale for what they want, which we're just going to get. Remember what Michael Collins Piper said so accurately, touting the America First cause, what is really ruled by the Zionist elite. That is so clearly what's going on. So clearly. We got Alex Jones cozying up with Fuentes. Keep them worshiping the God of Israel and Trump. Who's going to debate that? All his grippers will attack me. They'll call me gay. They'll make up lies about me. They'll call me a fed. They'll talk shit. A bunch of anonymous incel sheep. He's promoting the God of Israel. He's promoting Trump. Israel, the greatest friend Israel's ever had, according to the Jews. Cozying up with Alex Jones, the disinformation agent, Ali, Jay Dyer, the ortho bro that's involved with all these groups as well, who's scared to debate their Christian philosophical leader, Jay Dyer. We're gonna play a little bit of Jones. Jones is shilling, just in case any of the Groypers are watching this. Here's Joe Biggs from Proud Boys, Jack Posobiec, Laura Loomer, Jack Posobiec, who's attacked me, tried to get me banned from Twitter, Roger Stone, Alex Jones, Posobiec, Alex Jones. Let's do a little bit of Alex Jones. Art is the shill. I'm going to check super chats, see if we got any super chats to read while that's loading. Adam, will you have David Duke, Mel Gibson on? I would have Mel Gibson on, but no, I don't want to have David Duke on. He's promoting the Christian Trump Putin stuff, and he's got such a bad reputation. Although I might have to debate him one day, but I don't want to be associated with him. I feel like I have nothing to benefit from that at all. It'll only be used against me. Frog Soup. For millennia they have sinned and continue to sin with no remorse. Instead of changing for the better, they continue their evil and sinning and think that they are forgiven after brutally murdering a couple of animals. It's absurd and sickening. I know, it's not even moral to think of scapegoat atonement. Oh, let me kill this animal and I'm forgiven as long as I believe the blood forgives me. Like it appeals to people with guilty conscience and people that have done evil things. That's why it's so popular in prisons or with people that are drug addicts or depression, all types of stuff like that. It appeals to the mentally weak-minded. And it initially, Christianity spread in the Roman Empire with slaves and the lower class and the downtrodden and old widows. Enemy of Zog says, the king of the Kelly pot. Yes, I'm using that on Twitter right now. Adam meant reputations, the Kabbalah bracelet, Derek Redgate, but we're the real Jews. I am Amalek. No more news. Can you please give someone administration privilege? Yes, I'll give you that. Let's see if we can do that. Add as moderator. I am Amalek's a moderator. You got it. Dubious says the Islamic, Khazari, and Jesuit Chicoms are behind all of this. There are only two. Stephen Vivash says there are only two religions. Abrahamism copied most of it from Sanatana Dharma and twisted it into supremacism. They got it from the Greeks, they got it from the Persians, they got it from the Canaanites, they got it from the Egyptians, they got it probably from the East as well, of course. But what's important is what they constructed and how that's worked, and that's been the framework. That's been the Zionist matrix that people have been stuck in. I am Amalek. Can you read me? Come in. Yes, I can now. I'm losing the voice. Saltwater Amalekite says, don't let this bullcrap get you down, bud. Dedicated guys here. Always catch the re-upload and appreciate the hard work. Thank you, Saltwater Amalek. I'm going to mod you too. I am Amalek says, no more news. I'm with Saltwater Amalek on this. Thank you. Christ Stubbs, enjoying the frequent streams. I guess there's never a shortage of BS to cover, huh? I can't keep up. It's a full-time job, literally all the time. Zio Free, don't agree, AG, Jews in power because of money. They support Israel. The money is part of it. The lobbies are part of it, but none of it would have been possible without the history of Christianity. Zio Free again, same one. Zio Free says, money is the problem. Corrupt Christian politicians who don't love us, love money, love power, APEC, goofy, and slaves. It's not just money, though. They get people elected that are sincere believers in the Christian indoctrination. Zio Free, take APEC, think tanks, fossil fuel, war, complex, etc. out of government. What happened? Separation church and state. Get rid of Education Day. Yeah, I agree. Rassel Frassen, $2 says, my contribution for the day. Thank you. Saltwater Amalek emailed you codes in the music. 4 is going to be all about Leviathan. About finished with the second Gaiona Vilna book. Most interesting points on Leviathan in your point of view. That there's 2 Leviathans. That Rabbi Singer and other rabbis have said Leviathan represents Christianity. And there's twin Leviathans, twin messiahs. It's the dualism of the good and the bad. I think it's the twisted serpent and whatever the other serpent was, can't remember.